If you've been asked to attend a voluntary police interview, it's completely natural to feel worried or unsure about what will happen. Many people hear the word voluntary and assume it's informal or that they do not need to take legal advice. But a voluntary interview is still a police interview under caution, and what you say can have a serious impact on your future. The police will record the interview, and your answers can be used as evidence. Even if the officers tell you that you are not under arrest, you are still being questioned as part of a criminal investigation. That is why having a specialist solicitor with you is so important. Essentially, there are two ways where the police can choose to interview you. The police can arrest you and then interview you at a custody suite where you are not free to leave the police station. Following that interview, they'll make a decision as to whether to release you or not. A voluntary interview is an interview at a scheduled date and time where you'll attend at the police station, be interviewed, and then leave the police station. It's always crucial that individuals being interviewed by the police have a solicitor and take legal advice. I would always advise that an individual has a solicitor for a voluntary police interview. There's a number of different options for legal representation at a voluntary police interview. You could ask the police to organise a duty solicitor for you. This would be free of charge and they would attend at the arranged date and time. Alternatively, you can instruct your own solicitor. This could be on a legal aid basis or on a privately funded basis. Again, they would attend the interview with you and be able to liaise with you prior to the interview. When any individual is interviewed by the police, they will be cautioned first. The caution is you do not have to say anything. However, it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later rely on. And finally, anything you do say may be given in evidence. Very simply, this means you aren't required to answer the questions by the police. Often people say no comment or remain silent. However, if you fail to mention something which may later be raised as a defence, for example, you've got an alibi defence, if you don't mention that during the police interview and the matter then proceeds to court, the court may believe your evidence less. Finally, the interview is being recorded, so anything you say can be provided as evidence. After a voluntary interview, a suspect is free to leave the police station. Sometimes the police will choose to take no further action. However, in the vast majority of cases, the investigation will continue. Police may have further investigative work to undertake, for example, interviewing witnesses in relation to an allegation. The benefit of privately instructing a solicitor for a voluntary interview is that we can meet with you prior to the interview, whether in person or remotely, and discuss the allegation with you. We can request disclosure from the police, essentially from an evidential basis what information the police have, and we can discuss the strategy for the interview and decide on that prior to the interview. For many clients, this provides a level of reassurance that when they attend at the interview, they know what they're going to be doing. Also, we can consider any defence evidence you may wish to put forward and decide how best to utilise that. Essentially, we can prepare as fully as possible for the interview, which can only be to your benefit. At Olliers, we deal with voluntary interviews every day. We understand how stressful the process can feel, and we make sure you never feel it alone. Before the interview, we'll speak to the police on your behalf to clarify what the allegation is and what evidence they have. We'll discuss it with you so you feel prepared and understand your rights. During the interview, we're there beside you. We'll step in if questioning becomes unclear, and we'll make sure you do not say anything that could be misunderstood or taken out of context. Importantly, we'll help you navigate the process calmly and confidently. A voluntary interview is not something you should deal with on your own. The decisions you make at this stage can shape the entire outcome of a case. If you've been invited to attend a voluntary interview, contact Olliers as early as possible. We're here to protect you, support you, and give you the expert guidance you need.